So Arsenal won, Slavia Prague won, and Dan, like I was watching that game tonight, and I knew after maybe 5-6 minutes of the game that we weren't going to win the football match. When we got the goal with Pepe, I was like, yes, I would rate Pepe. This manager's disrespected him. Emery disrespected him. But again, we can't hold on to a lead, and it was just like some of the performances tonight were shocking. But overall, we have not got the upper hand in this game. And we were just talking backstage. Both of us have put out a similar tweet that are we really surprised? And we're not really. What did you make of it overall for the 90 minutes?
Dog walkers with no arms, mate. Can't hold on to leads. That's what we are, bro. Honestly, we are what if FC. That's all we are. What if we didn't move to the Emirates? What if David Dean never left? And now what I'm hearing is, what if we would have put our chances away, though? The manager's a hero. But we didn't, though, did we? But we didn't, because our team at the moment is not responding to whatever the manager is saying. Now, I'll come back to the manager in a minute. I want to talk about these players. This is by far the biggest game of the season, by far. Yeah, the league's done. We've destroyed it back in December, in my opinion, and this is the biggest game that you've got. Now, show some fight or leave is my opinion of players. Okay, that's the players, and I'll come back to them again in a minute. This manager, what did he say to them? What has he said to that team? They came out. As he said, go out there. Don't worry about it. Just don't concede. Just jog around. Don't worry about trying to create anything. Just don't concede. Because that's what I've seen for most of this season, it seems. He's just, please don't concede goals. He's failing at it, by the way, because we've still conceded again tonight. Yeah. But that's what it looks like, the tactics-wise. I saw nothing from that team, and it takes this manager till 72 minutes to change anything. Didn't want to do anything but change. Bring
they actually made 2 subs, a double sub.
They made 2 subs. Unbelievable. They made 2 subs. It's unbelievable. Now, the players that came on, we had 10 minutes of good football. I thought Pepe was great when he came on. Aubameyang looked like he actually cared for the first time in a while. And I think his link-up play together with Smith Rowe created a little bit of chances, right? 10 minutes in 94 minutes is not enough to deserve to win the tie. So we've got what we deserved again. We cannot defend. I will not have anybody tell me 2 things. Rob Holding's our best centre-back, and Arteta has given us defensive stability. Because if you think that is defensively stable, go and support another team, because that is not defensively stable. We've conceded another goal from a corner, another goal from bad play, and another goal from having no trust in playing out from the back. Because that's what we've done. Gabriel's preferred to dick around with it than go back to Leno. Cedric should have cleared the thing. And Martinelli, as much as I love him, has lost out on the ball. So why the hell are we sitting there saying that we are defensively stable? Now, Rob Holding was all right tonight, to be honest. He's probably one of the only of many that could have held his head up high, along with Saka, who was trying. And I hate Granit Xhaka, but I thought he was okay in the middle, right?
I thought Bellerin actually did all right tonight, to be fair to him.
And what you've just said there tells you all you need to know about Arsenal Football Club tonight.
We've just named every defender pretty much.
It is that bad, mate. And as much as I love Bukayo Saka, he needs to finish on his end product. Otherwise, he's not going to be the player that everyone wants him to be.
Do you know what? I just did a fan cam with Kenny Ken a minute ago, and I said he looks absolutely shattered. Yeah, and obviously Unai Emery had to go. We both know that. We both accepted that, and we both wanted him out at the end. Yeah, and the one thing I'll give Unai Emery credit for was blood in the youth. But one criticism I had of Unai Emery, and I still say it to this day, was that he overplayed Guendouzi to the point where he looked shattered, and to the point where he got too arrogant, which is why he's probably not here anymore. Do you think that we've got a problem with Saka being the Saka? I know Saka's comes across as a humble guy. He even thanked Unai Emery when he signed this new deal. But do you think in terms of overplaying him, and Smith Rowe, by the way, because he looked knackered, both of them, I thought tonight they looked maybe 70% fit, because they were so tired. And do you think that that's because he is so reliant on them two, because the backup options have not done it all season, really? But do you think we're going to get into that position where it's just a case of they get completely burnt out, and they were our 2 shining lights?
Yeah, and the stats don't lie. When we're with them, Gary Neville said, didn't he, the other night, and Jamie Carragher, with the 10 games they've played together, 7 of them we have won. he is forcing them in because Arteta knows they're saving him his job at the moment. And I've said this again. He, without them two, should have been sacked. Probably wouldn't have because his board and owners don't seem to care. But he would have lost his job. We wouldn't have beaten Brighton and Chelsea without those two players, right? Fact. So when I look at the situation with these two now in terms of their fitness, it is a worry. Saka hasn't played well for about 3 or 4 games, Lee. I don't think. I've not looked at Saka and thought, thank God he's on the pitch. He's saving us again. I've not really seen what I've seen of him to the start of the season. And that has got to have an effect of it. I do not understand why this manager puts Willian ahead of players like Pepe and Martinelli on the left. I couldn't tell you. I have no idea why. And the only time that they play a high line, we play Lacazette. It's like, Jesus Christ. As much as Aubameyang deserved to be dropped, the only game where we needed
apparently this guy dissects the opposition with a fine-tooth comb and gives them the DVDs and apparently he's amazing and flawless according to Granit Xhaka.
Well, I don't know what DVDs they're watching, but it certainly weren't Slavia Prague ones, because after 5 minutes, I could have told you that their high line was what we needed, was a quick striker to get in behind them. Even if it's Martinelli, I understand he didn't want to play Aubameyang, and probably rightly so, because West Ham and Liverpool, he was shocking. But do something different. And to wait 72 minutes, Lee, is unforgivable as a manager, in my opinion. I know you can't put all the blame on him tonight. The players were a disgrace. Of course they were. But this manager needs to react. And at the moment, he's not. They look lost out there. They're not playing for him. This is the reason Emery lost his job, by the way, because the players weren't playing for him. So is this going to happen again? Because you can't get rid of 25 players, can you? You've got to get rid of the manager or the players. And, Carragher said you've got to get rid of the players. How? How do you get rid of 15 players? You don't. And let's
be real here. Sorry to cut in there, but let's be real here. 2/3 of this squad are players that he's wanted to keep,
precisely,
given a new contract or signed, whether it be a loan or whether it be an official deal. He has signed 2/3 of this squad. Matt Ryan, I was shocked and amazed I didn't see Matt Ryan in goal tonight. Yeah, but then I shouldn't be, because the guy's played 1 game. Why did we sign him? Hector Bellerin and Rob Holding as a pair has failed all season. Yeah, to be fair to both of them, they weren't actually that bad. I thought Bellerin was one of our best players tonight. That's not the benchmark was low, but Bellerin actually looked all right tonight. Yeah, and I look at it and I just think, we've got players that we're shoehorning into the team, and we're forcing in, like you said about Saka and Smith Rowe, we're forcing them in because we know that they are they're the game changers. But then when you look at what's behind him, and you mentioned Granit Xhaka earlier, I didn't even know he was on the pitch half the time. Yeah, real talk. I didn't know he was on the pitch. I don't get what the fetish is with that guy. But
neither do I, mate.
Overall, when you look at it, when we got into positions of quality, or Lacazette had chances, or Saka had chances, Saka's shots, he should have scored twice tonight, Saka. Aubameyang's missed a sitter. Laka's missed a sitter. It's like people will look at that and go, oh, but we created loads of chances. Yeah, but guess what, mate? Yeah, Leno made some great couple of saves right near the end of that football match, by the way, and they could have won the football match as well. Are you confident we'll get through in the next leg? Bearing in mind they're unbeaten in about 40 million games.
They ain't lost at home. We will not go through this tie now. I'm confident we can score against them. Of course I am. I'm confident we can score against them. I think we proved that tonight. I don't think that is going to be an easy fixture. Tonight was easier, and we've messed it up yet again. And I've got to say this, man. Is that Emmanuel Frimpong or Thomas Partey? I mean, this guy looks so bad. It is unbelievable. Tonight, I mean, listen, he hasn't been great, in my opinion. I like him a lot as a player. I loved him at Atletico Madrid. Since he's come here, he has looked as bad as some of the bad signings we've had in the middle. Tonight, I can't keep count of how many times he lost the ball. It was frustrating. And I can't stand Granit Xhaka.
First half, he was 50-50, a 5 out of 10 perhaps, yeah? He was giving it away, but he was recovering it. Second half, 0. And I said this on the watch along, 0. That guy was absolutely shocking. Our worst player in the second half by a mile.
Awful. Absolutely awful. And, I look at those substitutes now, and I look at Willian and Lacazette's performance, and they came off the pitch, didn't they? And they sat in their little isolation thing, and they looked like, oh, well, that's us screwed, because Pepe and Martinelli come on. If we don't start seeing Pepe and Martinelli more in this team after that tonight, then I'm sorry, but nobody can stick up for this manager anymore and see that he is happy with those players performing. He's happy with it. And he was happy until 70 minutes, because it sounded like to me that he was fine with it. This is the game plan.
The geezer was clapping passes going out of play. like, like, that sums him all up. But listen, Dan, appreciate you coming on again, mate. And listen, you're always welcome on here. Thank you very much for giving up your time, mate.